plans for it, Mark?
Well, first off,
I mean, once you get everything rebuilt.
I mean that's going to keep us busy for quite a while.
Yeah.
Is to fix it up and make it look like it did when keepers lived here 100 years ago, with the addition of a couple modern amenities such as electricity, which they had no electrical system.
Okay.
Even when after the light was automated and the Coast Guard added electrical, it was basically they had a generator at one point that sat outside, and essentially straight cable to battery banks. In 1963, we had a radioisotope thermoelectric generator loaded on board. Basically, it's an atomic fuel cell.
Yep.
They took it off in '64, and that's when they concrete blocked in our, or cinder blocked in our other doorway over to the east.
Okay.
In a couple weeks, we'll be knocking that out.
Oh, okay.
Our new doors are being made. So, and they're being made, they're wood doors. They're going to be 2 1/4 inch thick sapele, essentially called African mahogany. And they will look just like the originals.
Wow.
Same thing here. We've got a door that's coming in here with transom light above it. So the 1908, the 8 fell off this winter, but we decided not to bother replacing it since that'll have a transom light in there. All that steel will go away.
Yeah.
It was commissioned into use October 1st, 1908. So that's what we decided to go with up there. So we're gonna have to put a little graphic in the 4 panes of the transom.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. A little stained glass action, huh?
As you figured out, you're standing in the galley.
Love it.
When we first got out here, of course, none of these cabinets were here. There was a counter over there where the utility sink was. You can kind of see the profile of it along that wall. Unfortunately, the framework of it, the cabinet underneath was pretty well rotted out. We still have the countertop. It's got a big split in it, but it's neat because it has a carved-in drain board, and we have the sink that was there.
Oh, okay.
The Coast Guard at some point decided to mix concrete in the sink. So we had to go and chip all that out. Of course, the drain fitting is completely rusted out, but we have the sink and we'll get it refinished.
Wow.
And we'd like to, if we can, we'd like to salvage the countertop. It's sitting down in the cellar now. But I think when we do that, we'll raise the counter height a little bit because it was made for short people. We had to do the dishes like this.
Interesting.
We don't know exactly what they had in here, cabinetry-wise, along this wall. There's no, it doesn't show up in the designs.
Okay.
So they may have just had some freestanding furniture, you know, like a kind of like a pie rack kind of thing, and a freestanding cabinet. We do know that there was a wood stove, right about where you're standing.
Flew up there.
Yeah. At some point, we believe it was before the radioisotope generator came on board, and the Coast Guard put a new roof on here. And when they did that roof, they took away the dormers and the chimneys where they extended beyond the roof. So the fine Coast Guardsmen, rather than throwing those bricks they broke out into the water or taking them ashore, they just dropped them down the chimney. So we have a little game to play, like that arcade game with a claw to get, because we have 15 feet of brick lodged in the chimney. And it's not just that one, it's this one too.
Wow.
Because over here, there was
Thanks,
a coal
guys.
stove. So one of the guys at one point, you know, when we early on reached in, they were grabbing a couple out there, and
And
he started grabbing a couple more.
It kept coming.
And and then he reached up and he went, "Yeah, you know what? If this goes bad, I'm stuck here."
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
So it's like, yeah, this is probably not a good idea. So we stopped there. We'll pick them out from
the top.
From the top. Yeah. So this was the sitting room. Our new windows.
Beautiful.
These ones just came on board.
And you had these
Wednesday?
you must have had these custom made.
Yes.
Okay.
They're custom made. They're
you go.
Geldwin. They're all wood. The concession here, we can pile a few more.
There's plenty of room.
here. The concession that we made, they are simulated divided light instead of true divided light.
Okay.
Because the originals, you know, you had individual panes.
Right.
They're simulated divided light, but there is a barrier in there so that you don't see through. I mean, you really got luck to tell that they're not true divided light. But that gets us a hurricane wind rating, which is what we want.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Simulated divided light, they wouldn't do it because there's not enough strength in the muntins
To hold up.
to hold the glass.
Yeah.
So
these are hurricane rated.
these are hurricane rated.
Wow. What did they do in the olden days? Did they just shutter them?
Yes, they had shutters. We're working on that plan now because that's something that kind of got pushed back on the work list. So when these go in starting next week, the first thing that's going to happen is we're keeping these plastic panes and we're going to just pull them in on the outside for security.
Okay.
As we sort out the shutters.
Oh, tracking. Okay.
Yeah. We just want to keep some knucklehead from coming here and smashing it.
Yeah, right.
Smashing it and climbing in.
Right.
So, like I said, this is a sitting room. I'm assuming they used it as a dining room as well.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, when the light was automated in 1923, they converted it from an oil lamp to an acetylene lamp. Acetylene torch.
Right.
This is the regulator for the acetylene.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Behind these windows, you can see where there were tanks strapped to the wall.
Yeah.
And you see that little piece of copper up there on the wall. That little grommet there
Oh, yeah.
is where the tubing went through the wall, and you can follow it over in the other room where there's a little clamp where it goes up the center post, and that went all the way up to the lamp up top.
Okay.
We're not sure what year they did away with the acetylene and went to electric. We know that happened before they did the radioisotope generator in '63. We just don't know exactly when. After they took that back off in '64, they went back to a generator and batteries, and we have some of the mounts. The generator was mounted right outside of this wall.
Okay.
So how long was this occupied? Was it until?
It was only manned for 15 years, from 1908 to 1923.
No kidding.
And they automated
In
it.
23, they automated. May of 23, they automated the keepers to Sandy Point Light became responsible for it.
Okay.
They took the fog bell off then, and they had fit a bell to a buoy in the channel, and that's when the lamp went to acetylene. And that's probably really when the serious neglect started.
Yeah.
We have reports. So we got a letter from the National Archives from December of '08, complaining that the roof was leaking, or reporting the roof was leaking. Then, so it had issues from the beginning.
Okay.
The byproduct of all those leaks, and you can see some things here where we've got panels missing. All of these exterior walls are paneled just like the interior walls.
Oh, okay.
These slots here, well, just like you see here, they had nailer board driven in, and that's where they nailed the paneling.
Right.
So there's none of that remaining. The closest thing we have is where we have a closet that meets it.
Yeah.
And that closet is surprisingly intact. The closets, there's a matching closet above it that's gone, and there's one, a mirror image one, on the south side that's gone. We know it was there in 2004, but the Coast Guard, you'll see they came in to sister up damaged beams, and you see anywhere you see the pressure treat, like that, that's Coast Guard work.
So that was before you, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you'll see our work when we get all the way up top.
Yeah, and then this
It's a little
is the traditional fir ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We have a trailer load of wood that matches this.
Yeah.
We found it at Second Chance up in Baltimore. It came from an 1890s house in New Jersey. It's sitting in storage at my place, waiting for us to be able to put it to use.
Wow, it's all original.
You can get new.
Which we will. Our plan is
Like
as
the
we go
woodwork on the
through,
trim that they
because
bothered to do.
every bit of
And look at-
ceiling's going to have to come
Look at
in.
the,
We're going to do
moldings?
everything we can to
No.
preserve the walls, because we're not going to run electrical through those. We're going to
not very
anything we
utilitarian.
do to get a light switch somewhere, it'll be external.
Okay.
And there are actually some light switches which I'm really considering using. They are wireless.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting.
Jeannot uses them on their 64. When you push the button, it's a little piezo device in there that generates enough electricity to send a signal to a controller. And the controller then goes, oh, well, switch number 6 was pushed. That means I turn on circuit A, or circuit F or G, whatever, and blink, those lights will get turned on.
Wow.
No wires necessary.
Yeah.
I
All those
Like the
French.
bells of
I
Downton
saw it. I went to one of their factories last February, and saw it there. And they had it laid out the way they programmed the boats. They lay out all the switches on the panel, and they have all the control modules. And they go, okay, we press this one, and then they program it to turn on this circuit, and then they take the parts out and stick them in the boat.
Wow.
Wow.
That's slick.
All right.
So
How cool.
our little storage closet down here at the end. Our long-term plan is to turn that into a simple day head.
Oh,
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
it's nice to have some facilities.
Yeah.
It's a small space, but I think we can. Oh, is it there?
Is that one of yours? Somebody outside.
Somebody. Good, how are you? There's somebody out.
Hey, Mark, you got another visitor. You want
If you guys want, if you guys want, I can drop a line. Rather than trying to nose up, I can drop a line and you can trail off and I can grab you. You're Mike, right?
No,
It's been a while since I saw you. I'm like, I think that's him. I hope I'm not just inviting up some random person. Let's see, the way the boat's trailing, we'll come around to the south side and I'll drop a line down there.
Kristen.
I'm sorry.
We're framed. Yeah, you're framed by the.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
hoist.
How about you're
Hoist
also.
or the, I guess it's
You're also
kind of like a
back.
davit.
It's a davit. Yeah, that's
It is,
that's
right.
exactly right.
It is.
They hoisted,
So there's the head, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
This will be long enough that you'll trail off behind this boat, and then I'll come back and grab you on it.